Ora, vamos entrar aqui na Volvo. Olá, bom dia.
Bom dia.
Olha, é possível falar com a Susanne?
É sim, só um momento, por favor.
Muito obrigado.
Pode acompanhar-me.
É? É lá ao fundo, não é?
É seguir, sempre em frente.
Maravilha, maravilha. Bem, isto parece tudo menos um escritório. Vamos ver aqui. Uau! Uau! Isto é tudo menos um escritório. O que é isto? Está aqui na sala de estar?
Vai trabalhar.
Espetáculo. Ok, Susanne. Oh, he's there.
Hi, there you
Hi.
are, finally. Welcome.
How are you?
Good to see you.
How are you?
Fine,
So, you have a beautiful
I
office.
know, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and with lots of nice people here working. Let's go for a drive
Yeah, let's
in
go.
the C40.
Absolutely,
Okay,
let's go.
please. Wow!
It's a fantastic car,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. It's beautiful, this car,
Yeah,
and it's so sporty. No,
yeah. I really like the aerodynamic look of it.
all this part is so.
Yeah. And still very the symbolic design of the Volvo car, you know, with a C shape.
Yeah, this is,
here, the Thor's hammer.
Typical from Volvo,
it,
no?
It is, and also here. It's also
Okay.
very typical from Volvo.
Okay. So let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice. So easy. This
Yeah.
car is so easy to use. Just the fact not having buttons
Yeah,
to
yeah.
start and so on is so much easy, and all the interface is very clean.
Yeah.
No?
No, but I think that is really the evolution that we have, that things come more simply, you know, it's about simplicity, because many things have been over-engineered over the time.
But is it a very Swedish way of thinking or
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, maybe it is actually. I mean, if you look on interior design in
Yeah.
Sweden, for example, it's very simplistic as well. But I think that many tech industries are also going towards that, you know, with iPhone being a very good example of it, that not always you have to over-engineer things to make it premium or attractive consumer. It's almost the opposite around, you know. If it's simple, if it's easy to understand, easy to use, then it's better.
Volvo is going to be full electric in 2030.
I mean, for us, sustainability is becoming as important as safety has been for Volvo Cars since we started our company in the early 1920s. And to be able to live up to the sustainability targets we have, we think that electrification and electrified vehicles is the segment to bet for. We know that that will be one of the most important tailpipe emission activities we can do to reduce our climate impact, and it comes along with also us working more on sustainable business models and circular economy and ethical and safe business environment, which is also part of our sustainability strategy. So we think that we need to do it from a sustainability point of view. We are part of the problem, we need to be part of the solution. But also we think that the pure electric vehicles are the vehicles that will give best experience for our consumers. So it's certainly a segment we bet for.
It's quite a transformation, no?
Yeah, it is. It is.
And sometimes people think that it is easier than it is in reality, no?
Yeah.
In terms of the consumer that is used to fill the tank or charge a car, no?
Yeah. I mean, we often see that there are three reasons for why our consumers are doubting on jumping on the electrification journey, and I guess that you, being part of this transformation for a long time, probably see the same. But it's the range anxiety, it's the residual value, and it's the charging. And I think that range anxiety isn't one of the most critical ones nowadays, because range is becoming very good in all electric vehicles. But charging, of course, is still a big roadblock for the shift. So consumers also need to adapt the way they use their car, of course. It's not like going to a gas station. It requires a different kind of thinking.
Yeah, it's quite a different mindset, no? Because, for instance, the charging times when you think the charging times, you don't lose so much time charging a car because you are always doing something else.
Yeah.
No? And I think that it's quite a mindset transformation. But even so, you need to tell people, and you need to get people to sell this thing to people, no?
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, this car, for example, with a supercharger, it's charged to 80% in 30 minutes, so it's good. But also many of our consumers, you know, if I look on how I consume my car or use my car,
Yeah.
it's being charged when I sleep. So it doesn't matter that it takes a long time if
Yeah.
I'm not having a supercharger at home, because it's actually when during the day, the charging I have of the car is enough for me to do what I need to do during a normal day, and then I charge it overnight. So, but you know, already now, year to date in March, we sold 84% of our cars were cards with a cord. 84%.
Yeah.
In the world of
Yeah.
Volvo, in
Yeah.
EMEA, we are
It's
number
incredible.
6. We're number 6 Portugal.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And I read a very interesting study on this in the Portuguese press, that 86% of all people in Portugal are interested to buy an electric car.
Uh-huh.
I think it was 40% that were thinking about a PHEV, and 46 then a pure electric,
Yeah.
which is, you know, the adaptation, it's incredible.
Yeah.
We are still very committed to our strategy. So the BEV strategy and targets that we spoke about before, I mean, that's absolutely what we bet for. And all we can do now is really to prepare to be, you know, really ready to take off once
Yeah.
the crisis is over.
Yeah. It's to prepare.
It's a good time to
Yeah.
do development, to do improvements,
To
do
rethink,
training,
to rethink.
Exactly.
This is difficult to have a car now. Now it's very long delays. How are you dealing with this in Volvo?
Yeah, I mean, the transformation that we're on, as you said, it's challenging by itself. But of course, then coupled by semiconductor shortage, war in Ukraine, raw material prices increasing, inflation. Of course, it's a difficult situation for everyone in the industry now. But I think we have quite a lot of proof points actually that we are coping with it quite well in Volvo. We have a very high demand for our products, which is fantastic to see, and our order book is higher than what it has never been before. But of course, it's very fortunate for us because we would love to grow with more speed and serve our customers in a better way than we can due to the production restrictions. But we are not different from any of our competitors there. It is what it is, and we cannot do magic, you know. I wish we could. But we are keeping our customers close. I think that's very important, to keep the dialogue about lead times and expectations, and also educate them in regards to owning and using an electric vehicle, because it's also a good time for that during the waiting. And I mean, it's the same as I also do with we also do with all our partners, our retailers, our important retailers out in the market, that there is a lot of uncertainty, and not all things we can predict in these times, because it's also very volatile. And that's where also, you know, we communicate with our retailers about things that we know, and also tell them the things that we don't know anything about this, because I think that communication is something that is always important, although you have the answers or you don't have the answers. To also say, you know, we don't know.
Yeah, and to manage this time is absolutely critical. You know what? My grandmother was a businesswoman. My mother was a businesswoman. I lived with my 2 sisters, and I have 3 daughters. Sorry, and I don't know how to do boys. So I have a very close relationship with women in general. How could we have more Susannes in leadership roles in auto industry?
Yeah, thank you. It's a good question, I think. I mean, diversity is an important, that is very in time, and also very important, I think. It's a complex question, of course. I think that there are 3 things that are especially important when it comes to diversity and inclusion, and also getting female leaders into organization. And one thing is, of course, that you need to start from the base. You need to make sure that you attract female leaders already from school, you know, attract them to the educations that are maybe more male dominant. You also have to ensure that you get the recruitment base, so you get women to apply for the jobs, and also that they are on the short list for the jobs that you're hiring for. The second thing I think is related to role models. You have to showcase the role models that you have, and also showcase that it's possible and it's fun. It's great to be a female leader in a very, very male-dominant industry. But then I also think that in many companies you have to also realize how you treat male and female leaders differently, and also have a discussion about that. Because on male leaders we expect them to be business oriented and bold and risk takers, whereas we expect female leaders to be inclusive and collaborative and loyal and gentle. And when a female leader is tough in negotiation, she's cold, you know, whereas a man would be strong. So I think it's very important that we actually talk about this unconscious bias, you know. And then for like all my female sisters, you know, all my sisters that are looking for a leadership role as a female in a male dominant industry, I think also, you know, dare to be different, and also see it as your strength that you're different from the others, and don't be intimidated or scared about it. I've always worked in very male dominant industries, and I have always loved it, you know. I have always thought it was nice. And I have so many good examples of also male treating me in a good way, in different way, but you know, daring to stand out. I don't think we as human beings, sometimes we want to fit into the crowd, you know. You want to be as everyone else, but sometimes it's also quite nice to not be like everyone else.
Regarding business model, we are seeing a transformation in the industry. We are seeing more online sales, even direct sales. How do you see the role of dealers in this future? I
mean, Volvo Cars, we're betting on going online and direct to consumers. We have an ambition that 50% of our sales in 2025 is going to be direct to consumer. And we see the shift towards online, obviously, as you see in whatever industry. We have to be where the consumer is. And we as consumers, we search for things online, we purchase things online, and the same applies to the car industry. Having that said, I think that we will live in a hybrid model for a long time. The car is still the second biggest purchase you do in life. And we still want to feel the car, touch the car, test the car, drive the car, talk with an experienced salesperson about the car. And we also need to have different services done with the car. Once the car is purchased, you need to do inspections of it, you have to do service of it before you hand it out. And then when the car is being used, of course, you need to do repairs and service and maintenance and all those kind of things. So we foresee that we will work with our retailers in a hybrid model for a long time moving forward. Although, of course, terms and conditions in a ever-changing environment will change. But they're still a very important partner for us, and our relationship is very crucial for us.
So you are saying that the human part of the process, or the physical part of the process, is very important.
Absolutely.
So the touch, to see the car, to have someone there to explain the car, besides of all the progress that we can do on the digital side of the business.
I still think so. But then, of course, I mean, as part of our shift, we are also focusing on subscription of cars. Which, of course, if you subscribe to a car, that's with the flexible version, you can actually terminate the contract within quite a short time frame. Of course, then it could be easier to sign up for a car without seeing it, because
it's not so much compromise.
No, because you sign up for it, and if you don't like it, you can terminate it after 3 months. So, of course, as we go for more subscription models, I think it will be easier for the consumer to sign up to the mobility solution that they select online than if you buy a car that you will have for a very long time forward. So the ownership model of the whole equation, I think,
has to do with this. Has to do with this. Are you liking Portugal?
Oh, I love Portugal. You know, I think Portugal is a country. easy to fall in love with, and I guess stay in love with as well. It's
The weather
yeah,
is good.
The weather is paying its contribution, but also, you know, the culture and the people and the nature. I think there are many parts of Portugal that is fantastic. So yeah, I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for
Okay,
now.
thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. So, Susanne, bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure to meet you and to talk with you. It was so easy.
Yeah,
and
thank you. The
interesting.
pleasure was all mine, and thank you so much for inviting me. And also, let's make this transformation happen together.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.